This is Joyce at the Pilkington Homestead, and I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's raining. And we got like 2 weeks ago, we got about 4 inches of rain, and starting yesterday and today, I would not, at least 2.5 inches of rain. So I could take you outside and I'd have a swimming pool. But I'm always happy to see rain because we have too many times that we don't have enough rain. But why I got on that subject was that I got up, I didn't really want to do anything today. All this rain kind of makes you kind of unmotivated, you know. So I thought, I'm going to work in my pantry. So I got out there in my pantry and I was working, and the next thing I knew, it was 2 o'clock. And I had made breakfast, I hadn't made lunch, I hadn't done anything, and I looked in the living room and I had a hungry guy in there. So I decided I needed something that matched the weather. And so what I'm going to make is kind of a Southern Fried Cabbage. If you like cabbage, you'll love this recipe. If you don't think you like cabbage, you will love this recipe. I mean, it is just so good. I'm going to start out by putting my butter in the pan, along with I guess this would be a small onion. It's a half a large onion, but if you have a small onion, that would be good. I'm also going to put just a little bit, probably, that'd be a teaspoon. I'd say about a tablespoon of olive oil in it. Now I'm going to start this cooking. And of course, you know, onions is the best smell in the world. I guess that's why we start everything with onions. It's so funny, you know. I go, and I'm going to put some onions in there. Everything I make, unless it's sweet. Not even thought about that sometimes. Okay, we've got this cooking. I'm going to add some green, red, yellow, any type of peppers that you would like. And this also, if you wanted to have jalapenos, you could put jalapenos in there too. I'm just going to kind of cook this around, trying to get my vegetables soft. Next, I have gotten some crumbled bacon, and I'm going to add that. Now at this point, if you got all this kind of softened and cooked together, and you didn't want to add any other type of meat, you could just add your cabbage and just have bacon and cabbage, which is delicious. But John and I decided that we were hungry for sausage today, so I'm going to put sausage in here. Next, I'm going to put a teaspoon of garlic, maybe a little more. And I'm going to put a little pepper in there. And I have some roasted garlic, even though I did put garlic in there. We like garlic. I've got some roasted garlic and herb. I learned years ago, never salt or put any seasonings in your pan when it's cooking, because that steam will come up. You know, especially salt, and that steam will come up and it will clog up your lid, and it'll also put moisture in your seasoning, and then it doesn't last as long. So I'm working on this. Okay. Next, I'm going to put the sausage in there. Now, I was going to put half a pound, but John said, no, put a whole pound. So, this is a pound of sausage, and I'm going to put that in there. I wanted something I could throw away. Now I'm going to put this in there and let it mix. So while this is cooking, because it does take just a little while, I'm going to go away and come back when the sausage is ready. Be back. Hi, here it is with everything cooked. The sausage is done. And you kind of notice I have a pretty deep pan. That's because this is a small head of cabbage. And look how much it made. I just took and washed it and shredded it. Now I'm just going to take this cabbage and put it in here. I don't think I'll use this part because you notice I got some of the core, so I don't want to use that. So I'm putting everything in here. Oop, got another little piece. This can kind of make your cabbage bitter if you accidentally get some of this in there. You know, like here again. There we go too. As I was shredding, I have a mandolin and I was using it to shred my cabbage. And if you're interested in knowing how to use a mandolin, put me a comment in the end of the video, and if you would like me to, I will show you how to use a mandolin. They're wonderful things. You have to be careful with them because they are sharp and you can hurt yourself, because I lost part of my thumb using it once. But it's a great tool if you just pay attention to what you're doing, which is that's anything. Whether you're using a knife or whatever you use, if it's sharp, you want to be careful when you use it. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put this in here. Try to turn it. And I'm going to what cabbage will do, it will shrink down real fast. So I'm going to put the lid on and let it sit for just a minute and get kind of wilted, and then I'll stir it in and just keep, and I'll come back and show you what I have. While I was gone, I stirred the cabbage. See how much it's gone down? So I stirred the cabbage a couple of times. Now it's real manageable because, as I said, that cabbage shrinks fast. And you don't want to get it too soggy, just where it's tender. So before it's quite finished, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of balsamic vinegar on it. This will make it, give it a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of tanginess. And it'll also kind of, with the vinegar that's in it and the sweetness that's in it, it'll kind of make it a sweet sour dish, which is something I enjoy. Okay, so So now I'm just going to stir this around a little bit and get that mixed in. And when it looks like all of your cabbage is real nice and tender, it's ready to eat. And this is what it looks like. And as John, I sprinkled some balsamic vinegar. I don't know how I got it that far over there. But if you, I was going to make some bread this morning, and I didn't get that accomplished. So it'll probably be this afternoon when I do that. But as you can see, this makes a really good mid-afternoon lunch. I hope you like this recipe. I hope you'll try it. I really hope you'll subscribe and come back. Bye.